5 years, if it takes me 10 years, I am going to do it. So sometimes family, we grapples with, and
yeah, they don't understand the vision.
That makes you not wanting to quit work. You know, so sometimes our vision sometimes is not seen. Sometimes, but we've got to be persistent. We've got to keep pushing and all of that, because you are called, and not everyone else is.
Hi guys, it's Kesha. On today's episode, I have Thulani, who is the founder of Thulz Premium Barbershop and the founder of All White Gospel Picnic and treasurer of the Grooming Creative Council. Yeah, that's my smaller
research you've done about me.
Yeah. So
very impressive.
So yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to share, comment on whatever that you want to know about him. And yeah, guys, without wasting any of your time, let's get straight into it. So, stop the Thulani.
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Good.
I'm alright, man.
Yeah. So
pleasure meeting you.
Same.
Yeah.
So I just wanna know you about yourself. Like, tell us about yourself. Like, where did you grow up? Where did all of this start?
Look, I mean, I grew up in Thulzi, you know. My mom was from Thulzi, my dad was from Meramkulu. So just up the road, you know. That's where I was born. And then obviously moved to Foslo, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, where we are right now, I mean, I used to buy a makwi, you know, as a small boy, and you know, fish and chips, you know, that kind of thing. And today we are here, you know, and it's the business that I own.
That's actually great, because I was passing here for it, and I was like, I remember it was just opposite the house.
Yes, I mean, temporarily that's where we are. At the garage, you know, whilst we're still looking for a permanent place for us to be in. And eventually we found this place, you know.
It's such a dope place, and whoever did this place, like whoever did the interiors, like did a wonderful job. If I would share the picture, because it's like a
okay, yeah. No, thank you, man. Thank you.
So I just want to start off with the founder of All White Gospel Picnic. Like, why gospel? Why not piano? Why not hip hop? But why gospel?
Look, you know, I think my first interest really has always been, you know, because I come from a Christian background. My mom was a teacher, my dad was a pastor. So, you know, in fact, my grandfather was a pastor just up the road. My grandfather started that church, Moravian church. So,
the church,
you know, the white church, you know. So my grandfather started that church. So, to be quite honest, I mean, I've been a church boy, and I've been influenced by that musically as well. So, I mean, I attempted singing, you know. It wasn't really the best of me. I couldn't give the best of my singing ability, and the only thing I could do was to promote music, you know, and I think that's where I saw a gap in the gospel industry, you know, that look, there's a space for us to sort of tap into, and that's how you know, the All White Gospel Picnic started. But I mean, I used to do shows in Pretoria. I used to do you know, city launches with artists and all of that, your Dogos Mbambos, your Sodi Mahlangus, quite a lot of artists I used to work with, you know. Some I used to do PR for them,
Okay.
you know, but for a short stint,
Sure,
you know.
sure.
So it wasn't really my love. So my love was really promoting music, you know. Yeah.
So okay, again, since you started like in music, you know, so I want to know it's like how did that like the drive of like or how did that work out, especially working with such big artists like
Yeah.
how did that inspire you to where you are now?
Yeah. Look, I mean, you know, they talk about small beginnings.
Sure.
So I used to do shows at churches. You'd find I'm in Foslo, I'm in Katlaho, I'm in Soweto, I'm in Pretoria, I'm in Bloemfontein, I'm in KZN.
So you well traveled,
no, definitely, because it's something that I used to love, you know, used to love doing. So I mean, from there, we then you know, it birthed what we call the All White Gospel Picnic, which was my brainchild, you know, and it was the third biggest gospel event in the country, you know. You know, it had the likes of Coca-Cola, it had the likes of Metro FM, you know, so City of Ekurhuleni as well,
Since
you know, you know. So it's been humble beginnings, man. And for me, I think it's just everything that I do. It's out of love, it's out of passion, it's out of commitment, and all of that. So that's the most important thing. You know, love what you do and do what you love. And that's always been my motto in life. Yeah.
So you said humble beginning.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it's all about humble beginning. So what did that teach you? What does that teach you about yourself?
Yo, my brother, if you know, I'm gonna tell you something, you know. A lot of people want to be in industries because there's money, you know, because it's lucrative or it's in demand and all of that. For me, it's not all about that. For me, I look at what's the need, you know. What do people want, you know? So everything there's money in everything, my brother. There is money, but I think money must follow. Passion must follow money, not the other way around. Because I say a lot of people, yeah, there's money there. But when I went into the gospel industry, for me, it wasn't all about money. When I started a barbershop, it wasn't about money. I saw a gap and a service that was not provided for, which was in Phosphorus where we started. And I think that's where, you know, my interest is. You know, it's about serving and giving a service to the people, and how people respond, you know, is entirely up to them. Yeah.
No, that's powerful. That's powerful because you can't just start something without passion because you end up losing the motivation.
Yes.
In the long term. So yeah. There's actually a lot that I want to ask. You know?
Yeah.
So how long is the All White Gospel Picnic has been running for? How long has it been?
We've been running it for 2017, 2018, 2019. You know, yes, we've been running it for 3 years, yeah. And then COVID hit, and then we had to put a halt to it, yeah.
No. So take us through like planning such a big event. Take us through what were some of your most challenging experiences that you faced while planning such a big event.
Yeah. Oh, my brother, it takes a lot. I can tell you. You know, I have a team of about 12 people. You know, and all of these people have different offerings to the All White. I cannot do it alone, you know. When we do that, we plan about 6 months in advance to make sure that the show happens. You know, sometimes we don't even release the dates, but behind the scenes we're working on which artists to acquire, who's trending, you know, who's putting work into their craft and all that. So as a team, we sit down and we then realize, okay, we need to pick this one and all that. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I think for me, it's all about getting people who are dedicated who love what they do. You know, so it really doesn't seem as work, you know. So it really takes us about 6 months to plan for it. And then come 3 months, 4 months, we then do the execution, you know, and the implementation, you know, on a big scale, you know. So, and it requires a lot of money. A lot of money.
I mean, imagine, like you mentioned the likes of $50, so I'm sure it's a pretty hefty amount to just book one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you know, hey man, we spend over millions when we do that, you know. So it's quite a lot of money. It's quite a lot of money. It's quite a lot of money.
Yo, it is.
Yeah, you know.
Imagine the stress, the anxiety that comes with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's definitely too much. So
Yeah.
I don't think so the challenge, like, what are the challenges that you like wanted to give up?
Yeah.
Or were there a time where you were like, nah, you know what, this is not for me? Or it was just God putting his fingerprint in what you're doing, or in the service that you are providing?
Look, man, to be quite honest, for me, it has always been, you know, the journey has not been easy.
Sure.
It has definitely not been easy. But I think when you put your heart and mind to it, it really, you know, whether challenges come or not, you'll always overcome because your heart and mind is into it, you know. So I think for me, yeah, man, that is what has kept me going. Sometimes, you know, you lose everything. Sometimes you don't make money. So hence I'm saying for me, it's really not about money. And I pity people when, if you're going to do something and it's going to be money. Money will come, you know, but passion must drive you to do what you want to do. There's money even what you're doing now. You know, you could be a millionaire, my brother, in what you're doing. You know, it could be a matter of time. But because if you give your all, definitely the universe shall respond, you know. Yes.
But God needs to
Exactly.
So
True.
I mean, I'm a man of faith as well, and so I fellowship and
Fantastic.
in this whole church.
Oh, great stuff.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm from church right now, so
Right.
it's been an awesome Sunday. I feel blessed, especially I feel honored.
Oh yes, man. No, I feel blessed. I mean, you coming, you know, to and talk to me. Yeah, man. Yeah.
After I did my research, I was like, yo, no, this is it.
No, but it's important. I think I always tell people this. You know, it's important to play small. Sometimes people don't know who I am, and for me, I'm not about explaining myself, what I've done in life, what I've achieved. You know, for me, it's about serving. You know, if you can't serve, my brother, I think, and I've learned this from my parents. You know, and as I'm saying, my mom was a teacher. In fact, was a nurse, then became a teacher. You know, my dad was a worker, and then became a pastor, you know. So in all of these things, it taught me that if you can't serve, you know, then you have no moral, moral ground to base whatever you're called to do, you know. So yeah, man.
Yeah. So meaning you must serve in order to be self. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Nah, that's
No,
powerful. That's powerful.
True.
But remember, listening to your program telling us it's like in order for someone to serve in the company, you must be able to serve someone else as well.
Oh yes.
So that's very powerful.
Yes, I mean, I'm from corporate. I mean, I quit corporate 2010. And I was like, I want to enter the streets.
Sure.
I want to enter the streets, you know, because I felt there was more in me than what I was giving the company. And I was one of the best employees, trust me. You know, I left at my peak and I felt I need to go to the streets to make a difference, you know, to our people. Yeah.
But mind you, in what you are saying right now, there's someone maybe out there like thinking of quitting a job or his job.
Yeah.
But then, you know, people always want to play it safe. I understand.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? Because yes, you need to take risks in life, especially maybe at the time you're still coming up or young. I understand.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you know what, I'm done with this. Did you save up money or you just like thought you were done? You know what, you couldn't just.
Yo, man, it's one of the hot topics, and I get it all the time.
Sure.
People that are working, someone says I want to start a business, and they always ask me when is the right time. When is the right time? For me, there's not really the right time. To be quite honest, and if you feel you're ready, I had no money. I took my my benefits from work when I resigned, and I went into doing tours with artists, and at the same time I lost money. I lost money,
Sure.
and at some point it took me about 3 or 4 years for me to come up with the all-white gospel picnic, which was the biggest thing this country has ever seen. But I mean, I had challenges, my brother.
Sure.
I had no income, because almost all the shows that I did were sort of, I was losing money, but I never lost focus of what I was called to do. And I kept going.
Sure.
And God just hit, at the right time. I was at the right place. The idea of All Right Gospel Picnic came to mind. And it blew up very big. Yeah.
I'm sure, like, you probably has a wife, and
Yes.
and how was that for her, for on her side, like you having to leave your work, and now you're at home, like losing money instead of
Yeah.
making money. Like, was she there, like supporting you, or who was, like, the question is, like, who was your support structure at the time?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there were people who, like, now you're critical for leaving work. You shouldn't have done that. Maybe you should have done this, or maybe saved up some money.
Yes.
But then, who was really there to, like, keep you up and tell you what to, like?
Yo, man, almost everybody was not really on. They were questioning, why would you leave a job where you're permanent? It's got benefits and all of that, and these are some of the things that keep us from achieving our dreams, because we're thinking benefits, we're thinking your kids, we're thinking your wife, security-wise, and at some point, man, someone has to take that risk. Someone has to make that call to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. If it takes me 5 years, if it takes me 10 years, I am going to do it. So sometimes family, we grapples with, and like,
They don't understand the vision.
that makes you not wanting to quit work. So sometimes our vision sometimes is not seen. Sometimes, but we've got to be persistent. We've got to keep pushing and all of that, because you are called, and not everyone else is called. So nobody would understand what you're going through. Nobody, up until you tell your story, when you've made a success of what you have chosen to do, with all the struggles that you have. So look, family is important, man, but I guess they get to support you when they see now that things are starting to happen. So
they're not there when something
exactly. So they're always behind the scenes, but when things start popping and things start happening, that's when they now want to come out and support you. But I mean, it's my calling, and I can't blame them. So people will always be questioning, are you doing the right thing? But eventually, things do work out at the end.
You just mentioned now that it's a calling, so nobody else is being called for. So some of those failures are just part of the process.
Absolutely.
Just God telling you, you know what, this is the plan that I had for you. Just quit your job and go start something else. Those failures are part of the process to where you are now. Because you might see you just like, so he's successful with doing all that, but we didn't see the amount of work that you were putting in.
See what I mean? Exactly.
So that's true.
Exactly, my brother.
So now, knowing that you are a man of faith, how do you juggle that? Like, how do you juggle everything you do? Like, whether it's personally or business?
Yeah.
How do you fuse? How do you fuse that? Or you just do and you score and make the play?
Yeah, no, I think we, as a man of faith, I think it's very important because we all believe in something.
Sure.
We all believe in something. So I think my upbringing has helped me a lot. That through good and bad times, there's always that person you would always call upon, to come and really, salvage the situation and make you feel better. So my faith has really played a big part in my journey of entrepreneurship, which has not been easy. So somehow you've got to find motivation, and my faith has kept me going, I must say, in God. Yeah.
Just mentioned now with the motivation. So who was your motivation at the time that you were studying, like all these events? Who would you say was more of your inspiration, or who is someone who you looked up to at the time when you started the events?
Right.
TV show?
Man, with me, I normally I look at people, but I can't single one person out. Yes, they've played an influential role in us. They paved the way, but I think it's about, from whatever they've done, how do we make it better? How do we improve it? So from music promoters who've been there, I can name them. There's quite a lot, but there's always to say, within what they've done, what is it that's different, that's gonna set you apart, and that's always been me. So that inspires me. How different do I want to be out of all of these people, who are trying to do almost the same thing? What makes you stand out? And that for me is very important.
That's very important. Yeah. So let's say for someone who will be watching right now and say that, no, I want to be this guy. And since you started an events company, or can you say it's an events company, right?
Yes.
So for someone looking out there and I want to be this guy, how do you start? Where would one start as to coming up with such a big event? Where should you start? Which guys do you talk to, and how does it come about? And how does the process?
Hey, my man. Look, you have to start small. And I've seen a lot of people. They always want to start at the top, and for me, what is important is that start from the bottom, right, to the way up. There is no way you could start from the top. There is absolutely no way. So I think for me, always start small, right? And in starting small, there'll always be room for improvement. There'll always be room for other bigger things to come, that you can do, because you can only be given, it could be a small vision, and God will then expand that vision, So the most important thing, start small. That would be my advice. Start small. We all want to make quick bucks. We all want to make money and all of that. But in starting small, you learn the tricks of the trade, and that is very important for me. And that would be my advice. To aspiring music promoters or events managers. Yeah.
It's all about gradual growth.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's come to the main event. We are currently in Lisi right now, so in Thulz Barbershop. So why Barbershop? Those are two different, or separate industries.
Yes.
So where did you find the love for hair? Yeah. Maybe I can
You know, to be quite honest, it was singing camp that was there. I looked at Foslo, never had a professional barbershop.
Sure.
And that's when we came in to say, look, there is no professional service offered, so our clients, a premium lifestyle barbershop that offered quality haircuts, which was not there in the township. So we were one of the first people to start the trend of having grooming services in the township. So I just saw, I'm a businessman. Every opportunity, I really, take hold of. If I see an opportunity in anything else, if it's something that I love and I'm passionate about, I'm definitely gonna go after it. So I saw a need and I was like, hey, here's an opportunity, here's a chance. And the rest is history, Yes, man.
So what sets you apart from all these other barbershops? Because there's the likes of the other place and another one. So what sets you apart?
Look, we started very small in Foslo, and now that we call it Foslo Boulevard, and that site has really grown now, where there's a couple of businesses there, and we're the first ones to be within that precinct. The stores were to let, and nothing happening, and Thulz Premium Barbershop came, and occupied a space. And, we're busy from the first week, we started trading. So I'm thinking that for me, the most important thing is that, the barbershop has always been in my heart, because when I look at the services that are offered, these are things, that what would make Thulz Premium Barbershop stand out, and it's that our customer service. You find our guys are in uniform, they are well mannered, they are, and the atmosphere is conducive for you to have, grooming services that are, I would say,
Premium.
Yes, that are premium.
That's the way.
And more importantly, something that is of a lifestyle. So we wanted to drive that, and we started small, and now we are here, which is the second store that we have, and we have bigger offerings now. We offer manicure, pedicure, facials, waxing, and all of that, and it's the first of its kind in Egas, So we want it to be different, and sometimes clients would come and get haircuts and say, you know what, man, I want to do my nails, I want to do my facials, so they would go somewhere else, and I said to myself, I listened and I even said, no, we need to have these kind of services. And look, we're in a bigger space with better offerings as well.
And while you're waiting, there's a pool.
Oh yes,
To keep us
exactly,
to
keep us busy.
to
keep us busy.
It's not the traditional barbershop kind of thing where you just sit here, get bored, next thing there's a line, you start to walk up.
Exactly,
So
my brother.
which is a nice setup. It's a nice setup.
Thank you.
Because I remember the first time I heard of Thulz, we were at an event by Hurricane.
Right.
So you gave out those free vouchers.
Oh yes, my brother. Oh, you were there.
I was there. I was there.
Bulelani is someone that I've known, over the years. The owner of tea.
So tea,
Somebody I've known.
We were there.
Right.
So my friend got a voucher. They were like, 150 voucher. I was like, go there, maybe they'll split the bill or whatnot. Because I remember them taking that voucher. I was like, nah, first of all, it's far. I was like, nah, give it to me, I'll go there.
Right. I
don't remember what happened, but I was like, I don't even know the place. So for someone who like me, like who never knew the place,
Right.
do you maybe offer services where you come to my house and
Yes.
you groom me? No?
Okay. Well, at this particular time, we don't offer such services, to be quite honest. We are more because we offer more of a lifestyle. When you are here, you know that you'll be getting, you'll be playing pool table, you'll be watching television, you can have your favorite drink, that sort of thing. So I think, yeah, man,
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there. Eventually we'll get there.
Nah, because it's such a wow, I don't know how to put it. Having two branches,
Yeah.
I'm sure, how do you deal with your employees? Like, how do you instill that leadership in them?
Look, I think for me, I'm all about growth, my brother. And I always stress this thing to say, look, in life, you must be prepared to serve, so that one can then be able to open up other opportunities for my employees, because nobody wants to remain in one position forever. There's just nothing fulfilling about that. But for me, it's a question of wanting to serve, it's a question of wanting to learn, wanting to be great, and that's what I instill in my employees, to say, you could be a store manager sometime, you could be head barber, you could be a tutor, for instance, for those that want to know how to cut hair, that sort of thing. So I always encourage my employees to say, give your all, and in giving your all, definitely something good will come out of that, Yeah.
So how many employees are you employing right now? Or how many employees do you have currently?
Well, at the moment, for store we have about 4. The number should increase to about 5, 6. Here we're looking at an employment of about 6 people. 6, 8 people in total. So the number definitely will be around there. But we've just started. So we're testing the ground and the market.
However, for someone who's just started, and having to have 10 employees, that's a huge milestone. That's a huge milestone, because you're changing their lives as well.
Yes.
You're taking them out of the hood. Like they're doing something probably that they love themselves.
Yeah.
Because I see the lady that is doing it from me. So
Yes, it's many
you've
kids.
given them the opportunity.
Yeah.
To just come and do what you love. Well, I'm sure they're not doing it because they want money, but they're doing it because they love to own hands.
Yes.
So for that, it's just such an admirable thing to see. You understand? At least someone's like stepping out. Like, come on, guys! 10 employees. That's huge.
It's stressful dealing with employees, man. Very stressful. Very stressful, because there's characters, there's personalities you have to deal with sometimes. So yeah, man, it's a headache and a half. But we love what we do. We love every challenge that arises and makes us better people at the same time.
Yeah, you are changing lives as well.
Yes.
You can put a strap on that.
Yeah, no. Thank you, man. Thank you. No, look, SMMEs are now the people to sort of grow the economy. Companies are no longer hiring. They're no longer hiring. And how do we grow the economy? It's by us, small businesses making a difference in our country. And I wish government can really put money into small businesses, because that's where the growth of the economy is at right now. So yeah, man.
All these big companies, they take their investments offshore and everywhere, so the money is here.
Yes, and they are downsizing as well. So it's hectic, man. It's hectic, but we're here to make a difference, and especially a gas. especially cars where, I mean, you know, 30-50% of the people are not working. You know, how do we make a difference in their lives? How do we make a difference in their lives? And small businesses are there to sort of, make a difference. Make a difference, in our country.
So are you like you said, like making a change? Like are you involved in like your SRCs, in social responsibility?
Yeah, CSR.
CSR. So,
Yes,
So
CSR.
are you involved in those kind of
Initiatives, yeah.
initiatives?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. For the past 2 years, we have done what we call the Thulz Premium Barbershop Charity Drive. So what we did, we collected clothes, groceries, and we had cars. We'd do a convoy, and we'd go to orphanage homes, would go to old age homes, and all of that, giving toys, clothes, and all of that. So that has been something in my heart that I started. So we are very big. Sometimes we go to orphanage homes and we pick maybe 10 kids, to come for free haircuts and all of that, and all of that, So yeah, man, So I feel it's very important that we give to the community as well. So I think my brother, and also there's a program that we started, which was for schools. So what we're doing, every top 10 matrics, what we did, we sort of, in partnership with Standard Bank. So we had Standard Bank, we had also, football stars that came in and, to sort of endorse that project that we did. So with the top 10, they'll be given goodie bags by Standard Bank, and would come in, would then give in free grooming services, to the top 10. So we did that in all the schools in Phosphorus, So giving is a big part of me. I love giving, exactly, that's the bigger calling is serving people is, yeah.
I like that, especially like the giving part, because it shows the humility in you. It's not just here about the business and showing what's we are here, but then it tells us
and it's not about the money.
It's not about the money,
Yeah.
you understand? It tells us more about you, what type of person you are, you understand? Because if you know the hood, you know it's not a place whereby there's a lot of poverty, you understand? So you will try as much as you can to give out a hand, to someone who's in need, you understand?
Yes.
So I love that about you. So let's say here, after a successful day, let's say, for instance, after having to do that initiative, how do you celebrate? How do you celebrate those small wins?
Small wins for me. Small wins may be big wins, because those small wins, would be a stepping stone into something big in life. So no, for me, man, I just thank God, and I continue, pushing boundaries. I continue planning. I think for me, I'm always a step ahead. Whatever I've achieved, I feel I can always achieve more. I can always do more. So there's never a point where I have made it. Someone might look at this barbershop and think that we've made it. For me, I haven't made it, my brother. There's someone who owns over 50 barbershops in the country and outside the country. And I don't think they ever come to a point where I've really made it. So for me, I can never arrive. I can never arrive, my brother. That is why you see even millionaires, billionaires, they are forever, starting something new and doing more, because they want to acquire more and do more. So yeah, man, that's the story of my life. You know,
No, I see.
yeah, yeah.
So, Maju, I mean, I'm all about investing. Yeah?
Yes.
I'm all about investing. So, I have a financial institution. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, it's an NPC. So, we help the youth to it's still that mindset of investing while you can invest, and not about going to work for a job for 4 years, then next day. So I'm all about investing. So is there any chance whereby I can love to, like, let's say, well, I see the vision of Thulz, and how can I come and invest anytime? I do see that you can maybe put in my 30K just to pay a stake in your company. Is that possible with Thulz Barbershop?
Yes, no, it's possible. In fact, even at the moment, if people are saying, you know what, can I put some cash into your business, we are open to that, and these are the returns and whatever, cash you will put, upfront. So we definitely are open to that, and if people are really keen, I mean, they should contact me and see what opportunities are there in investing in this kind of business. So I mean, we are open to that. Yes.
The vision is not just here.
Definitely.
Someone owns certain barbershop, so I'm guessing that's where you want to be. And the next,
we want to make a difference. We want to make a difference in Kasi. We're Kasi, proudly born and bred in Kasi, and that's where we want to make a difference.
And I think that would be possible if we were to support one of our missions. And I feel like the reason why, as black people, like, it's no more now. It's no more that's about the like, it's full of what we want to succeed. So if you see the vision of someone else, like, and you have the money, like, just go, even if it's 10K, 5K, just like 1% in of your stake, taking your company will make a difference. So it's the supply chain. If we were to imali rotate now, like, we would be bigger. Like,
no, I get you. The funny thing, I think for me, has always been that, I'm not worried about jealousy and hate. For me, that's normal. I've had that. I mean, even in high school, primary school, when I used to be a leader, primary school, I was a head boy. In all my high school grades, I was the class captain and all of that. I was the soccer captain. I was the first black deputy head boy in one of the African schools. So for me, hate has always been a part of me. So I'm never moved by that, and I'm never moved by people either they like me or not, because I don't do things to be liked. I do things because there's a calling and because I want to make a difference. So I think as black people, really, we need to support each other, and we'll keep preaching this gospel to say, there's more we can achieve if we stick together. But black people have this thing of pulling him down. If he thinks he knows too much, he thinks he's a clever black and all of that. For me, it doesn't move me, my brother. But it's sad because you see other races. You see Pakistanis come here, you see Indians come here, and they make it big, out of our hard-earned money. White people come, they've got malls and all of that. Couldn't we do that? Certainly we could have done something about it. But I mean, it's because, we have the self-hate amongst each other, that we don't want to see other people succeed. Instead, you feel as if you are entitled to my success. Just because you support my business, you feel that there is some form of entitlement, and that for me is really sad. The township could have been one of the greatest success stories we could have had if only black people were able to pull together. But I think indoctrination has done a lot of damage and harm in us as black people. I thought when we went to model schools, we were going to be the difference, but I see no change, man. I see my peers, I absolutely don't see any change. So, well, I guess it is what it is, but we'll keep preaching the gospel of us having to pull together and make things big and make the township one of the greatest stories we could ever tell, and yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really so well spoken. Yeah. So, in closing, where would we see Thulz Barbershop in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see us I see us maybe having 2 stores every year, launching 2 stores. God willing, God willing. So I see us launching about 2 stores. So most definitely, I think we can sort of make that difference. And where we see ourselves is that in 5 years we probably would have had 10, 15 stores. Again, God willing. Again, God willing.
Possible.
Yes.
Definitely possible. With what we've done right now, it is possible.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is possible.
Yes.
Sure. So, what would be the message for aspiring young entrepreneurs? What would you say to them?
Look, man. Our country needs more entrepreneurs. Our country needs more people who can think outside the box,
Sure.
who can really make things happen. And I feel this is the right time. This is the right place to be at this particular time. So let's be the change drivers. Let's be the difference we want to see in our country. To be.
No, that's so sweet and precise. So short and precise. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Mr. Thulz, thank you very much for having me. Such an honor to be here in this new presence. There's so much to say, and with the short space of time.
Yes.
And I see China starting to come right now. So
Definitely.
I just want to thank you. Just want to thank you, and hopefully we'll keep in contact. And because now I need some advice, a bit of advice here and there.
All right.
And hopefully we'll have that offline.
Yeah, off the record.
Yeah.
Off the record.
So
thank you, my brother.
So guys, that's Mr. Thulz right here, the founder of Thulz Premium Barbershop. He shared some very interesting gems. So in closing, where can we find you?
Oh, okay. In closing, we are in Phosphorus 4093 Douglas Monsai Drive, extension 2, Phosphorus. In Katlehong, you can find us at 528 Nkube Street, Munisi section, next to Viva Supermarket. That's where you can find us here.
Yeah. So on their social media page.
Social media platforms, Thulz Premium Barbershop. We're all over social media platforms. That's where you'll find us here.
Check out they do the most haircuts. So even me, I was saving my hair.
We need to do something about it.
I'm hoping
we need to do something about
I'll get a free haircut.
Yeah. We need to do something about it. Yeah.
I'll get a free haircut. So guys. So that's Mr. Thulz right here. So if you want to get a haircut, guys, come through in Thulz Premium Barbershop. One is in Phosphorus, one is in Katlehong right here. Just and if you know Thulani Secondary Street, next street, just after Thulani Secondary Street. So
no more.
Yeah. So guys, it's been an awesome time. And don't forget to pray, guys. God is with us everywhere. So keep that spirit. Like I always say, never stop believing in yourself. Understand? With God by your side, you will never ever fail. Understand? Because nothing is impossible. So guys, please keep subscribing, please sharing those videos, keep liking, and till we meet again. Peace.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hola.
Hola.